Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower preview. I'm Mark, and today we're taking a look at Hex Effects, which is brought to you by Pillbox Games. It's for 2 to 8 players, ages 10 and up, and games generally run about 20 to 40 minutes. Your rogue experiments have accidentally inflicted you with terrible hexes. Cure them all and win the game. Hex Effects, or Side Effects of the Amateur Alchemist, is a take-that-style card game featuring hexes that you need to get rid of, absolutely, and remedies that can treat your hexes but may cause you to have even more hexes. It is an easy to pick up game with original artwork by Pillbox Games, and it is based on and part of the Side Effects line of games. You're going to start by dealing 4 hex cards to each player, face up in a space in front of them referred to as their shadow. The rest of the hex cards are shuffled in with the larger deck, and then you deal 4 cards to each player. Whoever most recently mixed 2 liquids together goes first. Gameplay here is super straightforward. On your turn, you simply draw 2 cards and take 2 actions. If you have in your hand a remedy card that treats one of your hexes, you can place it on top of that hex, which is your goal, and this brings you ever closer to winning the game. But beware, every remedy contains a list of side effects, other hexes that you are now vulnerable to and receive from other players. So play will continue this way until one person has treated all the hexes in their shadow in order to win the game. Now, that's the basics of play, but let's take a closer look at all the cards and the actions that are available to you. Hexes and remedies are the main cards you're going to be dealing with in this game. Now, again, in your shadow are the hexes, and when you're first dealt these cards, you can't have any duplicates. And same holds true as one of your actions if you see one of your opponents that have a vulnerability or may be able to inflict them with other types of hexes based on remedies that they put in play. You can only do so and infect them if they don't already have that hex. And so, as you'd expect, there's many types of hexes, and they have amazing artwork on these. I really like the nature of how they put these together and the theme that they're conveying, really well done. And each of these hex cards will have an ability on it as well, which we'll get to. But just know that your main thing you're doing is trying to cure the hex in front of you. So if we take a look at the Beetle Pox, which I love the names of these as well, you will cure that with the Beetle Pox remedy. Now, that makes you susceptible to 3 other hexes. And if someone plays that on you and you don't already have Piper's Plight or one of the other 2, then you will have a new hex to deal with. So Remedies is really the name of the game here. You want to heal yourself in order to win, and also avoid getting other hexes if possible. But through the course of the game, you're going to be drawing cards on every turn, going through that draw deck, trying to find even more and more remedies. However, you can steal remedies that are out there already. If you happen to have 3 different remedies in your hand, 3 different types, you can choose to discard those in order to steal a remedy from one of your fellow players and heal yourself. But before you can play it, you have to put it back into your hand. Now also, you can do something similar with 3 different hexes. You can discard 3 hexes from your hand in order to just draw another card. There are 3 other cards, 3 other actions you can perform on your turn. Now, first we have Snake Oil. Snake Oil acts like a remedy. You can place it on a hex and you're healed from that. And you can even win the game with Snake Oil. But don't go all in on Snake Oil because that could potentially be bad based on this next card, Disaster. Disaster has to be played on a hex that does not have a remedy, and it will activate the ability of that card. But this will also destroy any of the Snake Oil you have in play, so keep that in mind. And then we have a Jinx card. So the Jinx card is going to reflect back whatever the Disaster card did to the player. So in this example here, we're going to use Sinister Spores, and this causes you to discard your entire hand. If you have a Jinx card to play back, your opponent will have to do exactly the same thing. So those are really the basics of play. You draw 2 cards and you perform actions using cards from your hand. So obviously remedies are the key thing you're doing. If you have hexes in your hand, you could potentially infect other players who have remedies on hexes based on what they can be afflicted with. But that is a definitely take that moment, as well as spending all those remedy cards from your hand in order to steal a remedy from one of your players. And then of course you've got the Disaster card, you have the Jinx card, and a Snake Oil card, but it all comes back to, can you heal your shadow before anyone else? All right, folks, just a reminder once again, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview, and everything you've seen here has been in prototype form, so keep a close eye on the campaign for any changes that still may occur. Now, with that said, I love this artwork. They did a nice job with the plague mask and so forth, but it is in their line of side effect games. Their previous game was Side Effects. Go check that out as well, but this one I really enjoyed. There's definitely Take That, so you have to keep that in mind, but it plays quick and fast, and it's easy to get folks engaged for sure. It's just very straightforward. You draw cards, you play actions, and move on. So it is a race in the end to find the remedies and get yourself healed. But folks, ultimately, if this looks like something of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So I think that's it for me, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.